My name is Morgan Davis and
Virginia Scarberry,
and we are going to explain to you what genetics and evolution are. So, what exactly are genetics? Genetics is the scientific study of heredity. Heredity is the passing of traits from parents to their offspring. To give you a better understanding of this, here's an example of a Punnett square. A Punnett square is a chart that shows the possible combinations of alleles that result from a genetic cross. It also gives you a probability, which is the number that describes how likely it is that an event will occur. This comes from the traits from their parents, and traits are characteristics that organisms can pass to offspring through genes. You can see that there are two alleles, which are capital A combined with two lowercase a's. An allele is a different form of gene, and a gene is a set of information that controls a trait or a code in DNA. But that's just its genotype, and genotype is an organism's genetic makeup allele combinations. Here's another example of a Punnett square which shows the phenotype of the organism. Phenotype is an organism's physical appearance or physical traits. From this Punnett square, you can see that 50% are pink and 50% are blue. You may be wondering, why is this? Well, you can see that the pink trait is dominant over the blue trait, and dominant is an allele whose trait always shows up in the organism when it is present, and recessive is an allele that is masked when a dominant allele is present. Let's do an example of blood types, but the same deal applies. Two parents are wanting to know the probability of the blood types that their children would have if their blood type has blood type A and B. What will be the possibility that their children would have? I will give you a few seconds to figure it out. Well, the answer is 25% AB, 25% A, 25% B, and 25% O blood types shown here. Blood type AB is codominant, and codominant is a condition where two alleles of a gene are neither dominant nor recessive. But wait, there are two things we haven't discussed yet: homozygous and heterozygous. Homozygous is having two identical alleles for a trait, and heterozygous is having two different alleles for a trait. In the Punnett square, this is an example of a homozygous because all the possibilities are all the same. But this is an example of a heterozygous Punnett square because 50% of the possibilities are different and the other 50% are the same. So that's basically the overall summary about genetics. So here's Virginia talking about evolution.
Okay, hey guys, I'm here to talk to you about evolution. One quick thing you need to know about evolution is that the founder of evolution is Darwin, and he is known as the father of evolution. He did the natural selection thing and survival of the fittest, and he's very well known for that. Okay, so the first thing you need to know about is natural selection, which is the process in which organisms better adapted to their environment tend to survive and produce more offspring than the ones that aren't fit to their environment. As an example, look up Darwin's finches because they each adapted to their environment. Each of their beaks and their bodies was built for the different environments. Like one beak could be for seeds, the other would be for eating worms and stuff, bugs. The next thing you need to know is class, which is a group or set with common characteristics, attributes, qualities, or traits, which is basically just like sort of connected to genetics if you think about it. Taxonomy is a branch of science concerned with classification, especially of organisms, and it's of systematics. And basically what taxonomy does is takes all these animals and they give them scientific names and stuff, and they're all set in a group and stuff, and it's where you take and you go and you list them by their characteristics. Evidence of evolution. There was fossils and similarities between related living organisms that were used by Darwin to develop his theory on natural selection, which are still used today. Some used DNA testing, which were not available in Darwin's time, but are used by scientists today to learn more about evolution. So basically, what you do is you could take an animal from today and look at the bone structure and organs and stuff it has and compare it to something from an older time, and you could tell by the similarities between their bone structures and stuff that they are somehow related.
So basically, that's the summary of evolution.
By the miracle of genetics and evolution, scientists have been able to bring back a dinosaur more dangerous than the original dinosaurs. So I suggest running and screaming for your lives. Ah!